As odd as this may sound, it really might have some truth to it. I feel like the Clippers might actually possibly be secretly looking for other options in regards to Kawhi Leonard. I mean, it looks like to me the Clippers might actually secretly might be trying to, get options and do a trade for Kawhi Leonard under the table where nobody knows. Now, of course, in order to trade somebody like him, you really need something really, really substantial to get back in return. And, if you've been looking lately, some of the trade proposals in regards to Kawhi Leonard, you got the Warriors, you got the Celtics and a couple other teams. I even heard about the New Orleans Pelicans, as an option. So, with that being said, it's like, secretly, would the Clippers actually secretly do that under the table with nobody knowing and make a big splash like that? I mean, they did make a big splash in getting Kawhi Leonard a couple years ago, along with acquiring Paul George. So it's not out the realm or not out of, the idea of it possibly happening, especially if they think for some reason that Kawhi might not be as healthy as he once was, or at least enough to get through the season and help them get through the season going to the playoffs. And they might just be looking at it from a standpoint of trade him, due to the fact that he still has some value left in, his legs and in his body and everything, and just value in general in regards to who he is and in regards of what he's done and accomplished so far in the NBA as well. But all that being said, you never know what the Clippers have in mind. Now, of course, if they actually traded Kawhi Leonard, it would be a huge situation, because you started this whole organization around him, and now that they might be thinking secretly that he might not be, able to hold up, body wise, physically or something like that, that might be the reason why they're at least listening to other teams. And you can't tell me for one reason that teams like the Clippers don't listen to other teams in regards to no matter what player is on the roster. I feel like they listen to proposals from other teams all the time. I mean, I think other teams do the same thing, and not just the Clippers. I think other teams do it too. Now, not unless, everything is looking great, they won a championship or something like that, possibly, maybe not. But I mean, if teams fail to win championships or anything like that, you best believe they always listen to other teams in regards to proposals about superstar player, role players, and everybody. So to me, as much as, the Clippers might just be listening to other teams, hearing their offers and things like that and keeping it kind of secret, it might be a situation where, they might actually go along with one of those or one of these trades, possibly, if it fits the equation. Now, like I said, the other team will have to give up a lot for Kawhi Leonard, of course, but we all know at the end of the season or at the end of the playoffs, when Kawhi got hurt in the playoffs, again, a lot of people along, maybe some of you all as well, were saying that Kawhi should retire, like Stephen A said, or go to another team, or the Clippers should trade him. So maybe it's not a secret to some people like it is to others, but at the same time, I would say it's more they're doing it if they are speaking to teams, which I believe they are, secretly, and just hearing them out and, giving them the time of day and entertaining the situation. Like I said, anything can happen, what I'm saying? And there's no need to really act like it can't. But this could be more of a situation where, hypothetically, if they don't, make some headway now in some of these trades, which I don't really personally think that they will. I personally think that Kawhi is going to be there at the start of the season, of course. I think Kawhi is going to be there along with PG. I don't think any discrepancy is going to come in that form or fashion. But of course, you can't be surprised by anything. You have to, keep your eyes open and just, anticipate, because, blockbuster trades happen all the time. What I'm saying? It's not, out of jurisdiction, or it's not something that's unheard of or uncommon. So you got to kind of be wary of that. You got to kind of be understanding of that. But at the same time, I've said before my stance on it. Keep Kawhi Leonard, keep Paul George running back another year. There's no need to sit there and try to go after another big fish and all these other things just because they're opening up a new dome and all this other type stuff. Stick with what you have, because anyway, when you think about it from another standpoint, this is their last year, or this is the second year on their contract where they have a player option where they can opt out. I'm talking about Kawhi and PG. So if you don't like their production or what they're doing or the fact they can't stay healthy, well, then after this year, more or less, you can trade them or, look for other options, or hell, they'll look for other options themselves because, like I said, they'll be going into their second year of their player option, and they can just actually walk to another team if they choose to, basically. So the Clippers won't even have to worry about Kawhi and PG after this year, possibly, because, they might not be playing for this same team going into next year. It could be a situation where, hypothetically, let's say they win the championship or something like that, and then they leave the team after they win or something like that and don't try to repeat as champions or something like that. Or if they don't win, it'll just be a failed operation, as it has been all the way up until this point, which is no surprise to nobody. And they just walk and go their own distance and go their own way after that. So it's really a case of just being patient, waiting, and see what happens after this season. Because, as I said, after this year, you might not even have Kawhi and PG anyway, based upon how their contract is constructed. Now, of course, contract extensions definitely will be extended or probably offered to both of them, especially if both of them play. Like I said, I just don't see why the Clippers would have any impatience about the situation, because they know their guys have gotten hurt. They know they're injury prone. So whether they're on this team or another team, they're still going to be injury prone. They're still going to have injuries. So give yourself a chance and keep them here one more year. Run it back. See what you got. You still got Ty Lue there as well. And he might be out of the door next year too, or after this following season as well. So, just stick what you got and see where it goes, because there really isn't many options out there for the Clippers. Not unless they're going to do some massive trade for, hypothetically, like a young guy, like a Zion Williamson or something like that, which he's injury prone as well. So it's not really nothing much there. But I'm just saying, like, unless it's like a massive trade for a big name or something like that, maybe, but highly unlikely. And then you heard Damian Lillard say he didn't want to play for the Clippers, so there's no trade proposal there because he doesn't, he's disgruntled about even going to the Clippers. Of course, that's the reason why that trade probably did not occur. So, run what you got, keep what you got, run with it, and you never know. The Clippers might prevail and do the impossible, in which most people think they can, which is win a championship. So keep what you got. Don't entertain no other proposals, because really at this point, if the James Harden situation ain't go through, there's really no need to try to entertain Paul George. His name has been out there a lot this summer, along with, Kawhi's now. His started this summer. And Paul George has been throughout the offseason. Now Kawhi his name is secretly coming back up in regards to trade proposals as well. So, like I said, the Clippers just don't need to entertain nothing. Let the media talk as much as they want to, whether they're naysayers or on their side, and go out there and play basketball and prove who you are instead of talking it, instead of, speaking of, or everybody looking at y'all roster and seeing how well together y'all put together. Go out there and really actually show it and win the thing. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments, and we'll talk about it.